A tree standing by the water. We shall not be moved. We're fighting for our freedom. We're fighting. We shall not be moved. We're fighting for our freedom. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree standing by the water. We shall not be moved. We're fighting for our children. We shall not be moved. We're fighting for our children. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree standing by the water. Oh, we shall not be moved. Oh, black and white together, we shall not be moved. We black and white together, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree standing by the water. We shall not be moved. Hey, why don't y'all tell us about it? Come on. Oh, young and old together, we shall not be moved. Young and old together, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree standing by the water. We shall not be moved. Straight and gay together, we shall not be moved. Oh, yeah, straight and gay together, we shall not be moved. Just like a tree standing by the water. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree standing by the water. We shall not be moved. Break it down. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree standing by the water. Ah, they shall not be moved.
So I hope that you were moving and dancing to that and singing along, because that's the hope that for tonight, that we will all be moved, both by the music and the prayers and by the power of this Shabbat. This Shabbat stands at a crossroads in time, between the attempt to destroy our democracy last Wednesday and the hope for rebuilding it next Tuesday on Inauguration Day. Our parashah this week, Parashat Va'era, also contributes to the power of this special, significant weekend. In it, God sends Moses to free the Israelites from slavery. So on this Shabbat, we celebrate and strive to live up to two leaders towards freedom, Moses and Martin. We honor these two men who led their people out of oppression, Moshe and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Moses is the leader of the Jewish people, Martin, the leader of the African Americans, and we remember both stories and both leaders tonight because we have all been inspired by both. Our stories are intertwined, were intertwined, and continue to be intertwined today. Our Declaration of Independence, we're all very focused on the Declaration of Independence and on the Constitution these days. We all know we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all, and the Declaration says men, but I'm going to say all of us, all people are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Alexander Hamilton wrote in 1775, the sacred rights of mankind, and again, I'm going to say humankind, are not to be rummaged for among old parchments or musty records. They are written as with a sunbeam in the whole volume of human nature by the hand of the divinity itself. And these sacred rights can never be erased or obscured by mortal power. However, I think we all know that it is actually not divinity that will bring about true freedom. Freedom from fear, from poverty, from racism and prejudice. All the obstacles to divine freedom. It is us that will remove those obstacles. Aleinu, it is upon us to make the rights enshrined in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution real. It is not actually laws that truly change a society. It is our hearts and our actions. 2 weeks ago in Georgia, we saw a nice Jewish boy, John Ossoff, and the inheritor of Rabbi King's church, Reverend Warnock, stand together and celebrate each other. I hope and pray that their examples will inspire us and that the music that we hear tonight from this wonderful multiracial band, multicultural music will also lift our spirits and our determination to take the vision of both Moses and Martin and of hopefully John and Reverend Warnock as well into the future. I want to ask you and invite you to, we're going to put a question in the chat for us for tonight. And the question is from Trua, from the organization that I put in the link earlier. And I invite you to answer the question in the chat if you can. So the question is, I'm going to put two questions actually, and you can choose. One question is, how will we work for the dignity and justice for all? How will we work for dignity and justice for all? And the second question, how will we remain engaged in making America a more perfect union? So I'm going to hand this over. Once the rabbis stop talking, which I promise I will in a minute, we're going to hand the service over to Afro-Semitic Experience, and they're going to lead us through our Kabbalat Shabbat and our Mariv prayers. And we'll come back together, or we'll be able to speak again together at after Kiddush and Hamotzi together. And I invite you to get up, to move, to dance, to sing. We won't have the prayers of the Siddur in front of us on our screens, but I invite you to pray and dance and sing in your own homes, knowing that from Pennsylvania to Illinois to Connecticut to Boston to Massachusetts, we are all singing and dedicating ourselves and praying for our voices to rise and our spirits to rise and for freedom to rise. So I'm going to hand it over to Rabbi Micah Ellenson.
Thank you so much, Marcia. Thank you for your beautiful, beautiful words. They're so appreciated at this time. And actually, it occurred to me a connection I hadn't thought about. My father was actually born in Brookline, Massachusetts. So the connections just keep coming. And I'd also like to welcome Florida, the state of Florida here tonight. As our educator Jody Harris's sister is on. So we really are an East Coast contingent this evening. And just want to thank you all for coming. I want to thank the Afro-Semitic Experience and wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom, and to recognize that the way this evening came about is really, I think one of the ways to peace was an act of tzimtzum. The Kabbalists ask, if God's everywhere, how could God create the universe? And so therefore God had to retract God's self to make room for the other. And I think that we as congregations are modeling that this is no one congregation's work of bringing music and joy to the world, but all of ours together, that we come together to do these things, that we set ego and vanity aside to create holiness and connection to God. So I just want to thank the other congregations for joining tonight. I want to welcome all of my congregants from Temple David in Cheshire, Connecticut. Thank you for joining us. And thank you to the Afro-Semitic Experience. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. I agree 100%. Rabbi Ike Sarada.
Thank you so much. It's a great pleasure to be with Congregation Mishkan Tefillah, my dear friend, Rabbi Marcia Plum, and the other communities and colleagues who are here tonight to celebrate Shabbat. One of the blessings of technology that we can be together across space and time. Besides the East, West here in Chicago area, scrolling through the screens, I see that we have not only Florida, but also Arizona and Australia represented this evening. So it's a great pleasure to be with all of you. So welcome from me and my partners, Rabbi Evan Moffick and Cantor J. O'Brien, especially to the community of Makom Solel Lakeside. The Afro-Semitic Experience played in our sanctuary in Highland Park, Illinois, 20 years ago or so. I've been listening to their music for years. So it's a joy to be able to join with them and with all of you again for this Shabbat that begins Martin Luther weekend.
Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom.
Great to have you. Shabbat Shalom. Rabbi Leah Berkowitz.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I want to say a particular Shabbat Shalom to our community at Kolami and Elkins Park, but also to all of these people around the country, and it sounds like around the world. We were talking before people came in while we were in the midst of a very long game of Jewish geography, that it is such one of the silver linings of this very strange and otherwise very difficult time is that we're able to engage in partnerships that go beyond geography, and that we're able to, and that go beyond what each of us is able to do alone. And that's really been a gift. And I'm hoping that that will be a model going forward for us engaging beyond whatever it is our borders and differences are in the future. And I just want to say how lovely it is for all of us to dwell together. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im shevet achim ve'achot gam yachad. And I wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom. I'm looking forward to praying with you.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom. It's wonderful to be with all of y'all. I just want to give a little heads up to our Mishkan community. The service is gonna be a little longer than our normal Friday Kavlat Shabbat service. So just settle in, enjoy, and let's all be lifted up together. And I'm gonna hand it back to Afro-Semitic Experience to lead us into this very special service.
All of the world is a very narrow bridge. The important thing is not to be afraid. Yesher Tsar Ma'od, Mishkan Tefillah, page 339. I'm sorry, I don't know if it appears in Sidur Lev Shalem. Kol haolam kulo keshet sar meod, keshet sar meod, keshet sar meod. Kol haolam kulo keshet sar meod, keshet sar meod. והעיקר לא לפחד כלל, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל. יאי לי 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 יאי לי לי יאי לי 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 יאי לי 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 יאי לי 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 יאי לי 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 כל העולם כולו גשת צר מאוד, גשת צר מאוד, גשת צר מאוד, כל העולם כולו גשת צר מאוד, גשת צר מאוד. והעיקר לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל. יאי לי 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 יאי לי לי יאי לי 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 יאי לי 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 יאי לי 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 יאי לי לי יאי לי לי לי. העולם כולו גשת צר מאוד, גשת צר מאוד, גשת צר מאוד, כל העולם כולו גשת צר מאוד, גשת צר מאוד. והעיקר לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל, והעיקר Hine Matov, for those who need the words, Sidur Lev Shalem, page 82, Mishkan Tefillah, page 10. Hine Matov, Umanahim, Shever Hachim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanahim, Shever Hachim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanahim, Shever Hachim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanahim, Sheverachim, Gam Yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine Matov, Umanahim, Sheverachim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanahim, Sheverachim, Gam Yachad. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine Matov, Umanahim, Sheverachim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanahim, Sheverachim, Gam Yachad. We welcome the Sabbath bride with Lecha Dodi, Sidur Lev Shalem, pages 23 to 25, Mishkan Tefillah, pages 20 and 21, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. Lecha Dodi, Lihikrat Kala, Pnei Shabbat, Nehekabela. Lecha Dodi, Lihikrat Kala, Pnei Shabbat, Nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad, Yishmianu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad, U'shemo echad, L'shem ultiferet v'lethilah. Lecha Dodi, Lihikrat Kala, Pnei Shabbat, Nehekabela. Lecha Dodi, Lihikrat Kala, Pnei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lihikrat Shabbat, Lechu v'nelecha, Ki mekor habracha, Merosh mikedem nezucha, Sof ma'aseh v'machshavat tehila. Lecha Dodi, התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שדברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה. בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה. We welcome the Shabbat angels with Shalom Aleichem. Siddur Lev Shalem, page 73, Mishkan Tefillah, page 24. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech Malachi Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech Malachi Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch L'Shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech Malachi Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Seichem L'Shalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech Malachi Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. For those observing the art site, we continue with Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish, page 30, Siddur Lev Shalem, page, I should know this, 294, Mishkan Tefillah. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divra chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh. V'chayachon v'yom echon v'chayeh dechol Beit Yisrael. Bagala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yithalal, shemed kudisha, richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Ose shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru, amen. We continue with the Baruch Hu, page 39a, Sidur Lev Shalem, page 28, Mishkan Tefillah. Yalla la la la, 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 yalla la la la. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yalla la la la, 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 yalla la la la. Barechu et Adonai. Mevorach leolam vaed, leolam vaed. Yalla la la la, 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 yalla la la. Shema, page 41, Sidur Lev Shalem, page 3435, Mishkan Tefillah. Continue with Ve'ahavta together, the first paragraph. There'll be some silence, and then the end of the third paragraph. Sidur Lev Shalem, page 4142, Mishkan Tefillah, page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. We continue with מי כמוך. Siddur Lev Shalem, page 44, Mishkan Tefillah, page 40. Freedom, 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 freedom. אדוני יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. השכיבנו, סידור לב שלם, page 45, משכן תפילה, page 42. Eloheinu לשלום, העמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, העמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, העמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, העמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, העמידנו שומרנו לחיים. Vishamru, Siddur Lev Shalem, page 46, Mishkan Tefillah, page 44. Vishamru, Bnei Yisrael, et HaShabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורות המדוlam. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המדוlam. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המדוlam. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות השבת לדורות המדוlam. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המדוlam. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המדוlam. Chatzi Kaddish, Siddur Lev Shalem, page 46, Mishkan Tefillah, page 44. Excuse me. No, that's back somewhere in Mishkan Tefillah. Sorry. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, v'yalmad yivrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, bagala bagala, ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבא מברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא, v'meru. Amen. We continue according to conservative Nusach with a silent Amidah. You can pray the words in your Siddur or the words of your own heart. Shalom Rav. Sidur Lev Shalem, page 51, Mishkan Tefillah, page 60.
1, 2, 3.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam. V'tov einecha lilbanen et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה ישלום לך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam. A prayer for healing and interpretation of the Misha Beirach prayer by Debbie Friedman of blessed memory, whose 10th yard site is this month. Mishkan Tefillah, page 253. I don't know if the words appear in Sidur Lev Shalem. May the source of strength, oh, blessed the ones before. us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi shebera imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. spirit and let us stay. Amen. And let us stay. Amen. And let us stay. Amen. And let us say
Oh my goodness. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. I hope you've been enjoying this service and finding meaning in it and finding something spiritual. We've really been having such a wonderful time here playing for you. I wish that you could see our faces because they'd be grinning ear to ear. Let me tell you. I'll introduce myself in a minute, but I want to introduce some very important people to you right now. On trumpet, one of the legends on her instrument. She comes all the way from Amsterdam and visits America every so often, and we're so grateful for that. I can't say enough about this artist. I'll just say her name to you, and I hope that you're clapping at home. Ms. Saskia Laro.
Right.
Yeah, man. Ashe. And filling out the front line goes all the way back to the very earliest days when we were figuring out what this project even was. On tenor saxophone, on clarinet. Look at that cool bag he has on his saxophone. This is Mr. Will Bartlett.
Yeah.
Our newest member of the ensemble, but she's been with us for a good minute now, and we're so grateful that she's joined us on this journey, even as she has some amazing adventures leading her own ensembles. We want to give it up for Jocelyn Pleasant on the percussion, on the congas. On drum set. He was with us the very first night we even thought about what we might ever do. And it was his playing drums on a beautiful song called Soon and Very Soon that may have been the inspiration for all of this. I can't say, but I can tell you that his name is Alvin Benjamin Carter Jr.
All right. Yeah.
On piano. I don't know if you can see him because I'm blocking your view.
There's a camera over here.
I'm blocking you, but on piano, going all the way back to the beginning, even before there was an Afro-Semitic experience, we would play gigs together, we would play jazz together, and somehow there was just a human connection, and there's nothing greater than that. And we're playing together over 23 years later, this being the 23rd anniversary of the very first time we did an Afro-Semitic experience project. This is Mr. Warren Bird on the piano and the vocals. Woo! And I would be remiss if I didn't introduce to you our cantor for this evening, someone who's sung with us many, many times over the years and premiered some of our works, Cantor Martin Levson. Yay! My name is David. I play bass, and I would like you all to hear Mr. Warren Bird tell us about our next piece.
Well, I'm not going to tell you much. I'm just going to say that I first heard Mahalia sing this song, and come to find out many people have also adopted the song, and it predates her. But it's a really apt song. It's a song about walking the walk, not just talking the talk. It's called I'm Gonna Live the Life I Sing About in my song. A one, a two, a what you gonna... I sing about in my song. I'm gonna stand for right and always shun the wrong. If I'm in a crowd, if I'm alone, on the street or in my home, I'm gonna sing about in my song. Every day, everywhere, on a busy thoroughfare. Folks may watch me, some may spot me and say I'm foolish, but I don't care. I can't sing one thing and live another, be a saint by day and then a devil undercover. I'm gonna live the life I sing about in a song. If at day, if at night, I must always walk in the light. Some mistake me, underrate me, because I want to do what's right. I can't go to church out on day Sunday, go down, get drunk and raise hell on a Monday. I gotta live the life I sing about in a song. Come on. I sing about in the song. I'm gonna stand for right and always shun the wrong. If I'm in a crowd, if I'm alone on the street or in my home, I'm gonna live the life I sing about in my song. To live the life I sing about in a song. I'm gonna live the life that I sing about. My song.
Woo! Oh my gosh. Oh man. You know, I think I want to just keep going, but Warren, you and I have to get to another service in a minute. So what I suggest we do, we're going to invite you on us to come tomorrow night to another concert we're giving. So if you send us an email at our website, Afro-Semitic Experience, we'll send you a free pass to tomorrow night's concert at 8 o'clock on YouTube Live so that you can hear more of us on us, because we're so grateful that you're here celebrating Dr. King tonight. So we're going to give you one more piece, and then we're going to get back to the service. And that piece is a song that Warren and I composed just a few years ago that feels so timely right now. It's about community, it's about unity, and hopefully you'll figure out enough to sing along with us as we get going. Warren, let's get it going.
Ho ho, let's do it. I said, what? You on do da da da. Why don't we come together? Why do we gotta fight? Let's sit on the brother who finally got it right. Let's raise up each other, black, brown, yellow, blue, white. Cherish all our color instead of spitting spite. The highest we can be, unity in the community. Go far as we can see, unity in the community. Sing it with me, talk about unity. Hey, hey. In the community. Hey, yeah. Unity. Hey, in the community. Easy to feel the distance, easy to chill your heart. We need to come together, we cannot pull apart. Oh, the sun may not be shining, the moon may be bright, but when we join together, we're moving towards the light. High, bright as we can see. Unity in the community. Go far as we can be. Unity in the community. Sing it with me, unity. In the community. Oh, unity. In the community. All right. Talk about harmony. In the community. Gratefully, gratefully, gratefully.
Cantor.
Nice. We continue with Mourner's Kaddish, page 58, Siddur Lev Shalem, page 294, I think, in Mishkan Tefillah. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach hiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayachon v'yom echon v'chayeh dechol Beit Yisrael, bagalau v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal Shemei dekudisha richu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru, amen. We continue with Kiddush, page 55, Siddur Lev Shalem, page 5, Mishkan Tefillah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon inchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, kihu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher letziyat mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava uvratzon inhaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Chayim.
Amen.
And here, wrapped in the traditional Shabbat aluminum foil, ooh, a home-baked challah from David Shevin. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. It's great, David.
Thank you. So again, please send us an email so you can come to our concert tomorrow night, and we'll be glad to send you a free passcode to the concert. We are having so much fun. I really don't want to leave this service. So we'll close one more time with We Shall Overcome. 2, 3, 4.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
Woo!
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. I want to thank you. I want to do a couple of thank yous. First of all, of course, a thank you to the Afro-Semitic Experience. Absolutely fabulous. I want to thank Will and Warren, Alvin, David, Saskia, Jocelyn, fantastic musicians, absolutely brilliant. I know they have to dash off, but I also want to thank the technical crew, Greg DeCrosta, and the studio video at Firehouse 12, and Jay Miles, who was a video director, and Rob Becker, who was the camera operator. And I also want to thank our member, Marcia Barron, for her original suggestion years ago to bring them and for helping to sponsor this evening. And I want to thank Rabbi Micah Ellenson and Temple Beth David and Rabbi Ike Serrata and Congregation Makom Solel Lakeside and Rabbi Leah Berkowitz and Congregation Kol Ami. It was really something very special, as we said in the chat over and over again, to come together and celebrate tonight. I also want to thank Tony Spitzer and Yael Hurwitz-Lang from Congregation Mishkan Tefillah and Congregation Mishkan Tefillah in general for helping us enable this to happen. I want us to conclude with a closing prayer by a member of Mishkan Tefillah, Daryl Stevens, to conclude our service tonight with this prayer. Daryl, I'm going to ask you to unmute if you're there. And Tony, if you can spotlight Daryl if possible. Where did he go?
I'm here. Hello.
There you are, Daryl.
Oh, hello. Yeah, it was very nice to be here. So what I would like to say is, Heavenly God, who desires us to do justice, love, mercy, and walk humbly with you. We thank you for inspiring us with life and the example of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Let us, as Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel taught, be sure that every little deed counts, that every word has power. Let us, in Dr. King's words, muster that hope to have the courage to face the uncertainties of the future, to give our tired feet new strength as we continue our forward stride towards the city of freedom. May God bless all our efforts to bring kindness and compassion, justice and freedom, health and happiness to our neighborhoods, to our cities, and the country and the world. Thanks.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It was wonderful being together, and I wish us strength and courage and health and joy, and Shabbat Shalom to you all. I invite you, if you'd like to unmute, to just say goodnight and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Daryl. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom. Thanks.
Shalom.
Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
A cacophony of Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom, everybody.
God bless.
Shabbat shalom, Rosalie.
See you tomorrow.
Daryl, that was great.
Thank you, Daryl.
Thank
Good to
you.
see you.
Great.
Well, everybody, stay healthy.
Shabbat Shalom.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, Daryl. Thank you.
Bye.
See you, Judith.
Bye, honey.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Thank you, Masha. Thank you, Masha.
Wonderful,
everyone. I'm going to close out the room.
Bye. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
Magic.
Shabbat Shalom.
Magic.